Good morning. It is Friday, January 26th, and it is day 17 of the 2024 legislative session. We're doing a little bit of a different format today to give a legislative update to the chamber's members, but there has been a lot going on at the state capitol. Things are starting to pick up as we conclude the second full week of the session. I wanted to give you an update on just some of the really important bills that are moving right now. In the child care and workforce space, there's been, as we mentioned earlier, a ton of attention given to how do we get more people in the workforce in West Virginia, and a big part of that is childcare. So the legislature is coming at this from a number of different angles. The chamber has two bills that have both been introduced. House Bill 5051 and House Bill 5052 were dropped this week on the House side. And the companion to House Bill 5051, which is a real top priority of the chamber, is Senate Bill 373. What 5051 and 373 do is establish a new tax credit for businesses that operate a daycare facility or childcare facility primarily for the benefit of their members. It is a 100% operating cost credit. So that's your insurance, that's your salary. It is different than the credit that is currently in law, where it's based on the startup cost for a daycare facility. This should be able to give more businesses the opportunity to provide daycare to their employees, helping to get more people back in the workforce. It is receiving strong bipartisan support in the House right now, and we are optimistic that that bill may start to move next week. The legislature is also tackling a couple other things the chamber is supporting. House Bill 4797 would permanently change the reimbursement rate for childcare facilities from attendance to enrollment for subsidized children. Again, right now, if the state is subsidizing a child to go to childcare, they are paying based on enrollment. So a monthly fee that child is enrolled in a daycare facility. Prior to the COVID pandemic, however, the state only paid based on attendance. So if a child that was subsidized was enrolled in a daycare facility and they only show up for 3 days, the state was only paying that facility for 3 days. Yet the child care facility has the staffing, they have all the overhead, their utilities, property taxes, and so forth. So this is really critical that this remain permanently on an enrollment basis in order to make sure that those who need it most still have access to child care in West Virginia. DHHR, which is again being renamed, has said that is set to expire later this year, but hopefully legislative action can make sure that program stays in place. The governor has also introduced House Bill 4879, and what that bill does is it provides a non-refundable tax credit equal to 50% of the federal child care dependent tax credit that's available. So if you are a West Virginian and you receive the federal child care dependent tax credit and this bill passes, you would be eligible for a non-refundable 50% credit to assist in the costs of providing child care. These are just some of the ways that the legislature is looking at this problem to really boost workforce participation in West Virginia. The chamber is supporting all of these methods, as again, a few of those bills are actually provided by the West Virginia Chamber. On the education front, last week, the House Education Committee passed out House Bill 4767, which provides a $5,000 pay raise to teachers. That is a costly bill, and so that bill's fate at this time remains unknown. But West Virginia does have some of the lower teacher salaries in the country. The chamber has always believed we need to make sure that the teacher pay is competitive, but also needs to be tied to accountability, and that we're having high quality teachers teach our children. So that bill passed out of House Education. We are not sure if it's going to continue to move, but we continue to watch it. Yesterday, the Senate Education Committee passed out Senate Bill 502, which is a bill by Senator Mike Oliverio from Montague County. This bill was designed to combat teacher absenteeism. Any teachers under this bill who were hired after July 1 of 2015 would be able to turn in up to 10 unused paid time off days at the end of the year if they do not use them, and essentially receive a bonus equal to 80% of their pay. Now, this bill is designed to combat teacher absenteeism. In the past, teachers were able to bank their unused vacation and sick time towards their healthcare costs, towards their retirement, and boosting their years of longevity. But that was shut down in the early 2000s and in about around 2014. So this bill is designed to go ahead and combat that and give teachers another opportunity and an incentive to not just burn through those paid time off days. Lastly, a bill that we're watching came out of House Technology yesterday is House Bill 4706. This is commonly known as the Broadband Mapping Bill. We have a lot of our broadband members, utilities that are watching this bill. We are not sure this is necessary to further deploying broadband in West Virginia. It has come out of the House a couple of years in a row, so we continue to monitor that. But it came out of House Technology yesterday and does have a second committee reference. We expect that there's going to be more action at the Capitol next week, so we will check back in with you next week and give you another update. But again, thank you for your continued support of the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce. As always, if you have questions, my email address is bdayton@wvchamber.com. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. And so I would welcome your feedback, welcome your questions. And again, thank you for your continued support of the West Virginia Chamber, and have a great weekend.